Oh, hello. This is the dev blog for the 5th of September. Yeah. And what shall I talk about today? Well, my project restructure is kind of done now. What that involves is basically all the bootstrapping of the systems and that kind of things, and how the scene transitions are managed and all those kind of things. Something I was very keen to get working well was to make it so that regardless which scene you currently had edited, when you hit play, it always jumped into the proper game loop and everything worked fine. So I can be in this like environment scene, hit play, and it actually jumps into the full game sequence, game intro, track page, blah blah blah. So when you hit play, what it first does, it triggers the game controller state machine, which bootstraps the game, loads the boot scene, and that then kicks things off. So as long as you've got a debug menu like this to jump around and test stuff, I mean, it's really good. Because a lot of the scenes that I'm editing, that I spend time editing, they're actually like partial scene overlays. So if you just hit play while you're in there, they would just fall apart or crash or whatever. But yeah, but they work fine. Something else I've got in, I've got how I manage the debug menu is now is more of a kind of button global. So from any scene, it's a persistent button, takes you back to there. So it's nice having that as more persistent rather than just at the front end. Knock that off. What have I done game wise? I've got the camera on a spline, which I'm not sure if I had that running last week, but I've got the wrong window focused in. That's the one I need. So if I run this, just stick the old milk float on, hit go. So rather than the camera stick rigidly to the side of the vehicle, it's on a spline now, so you can define, so when you're going down these rocks, the camera will hold back a little bit and stay above the vehicle. There's a rock over that. I've got rope bridges in, which is I'll show you that in a little bit. That's quite nice. I just didn't make it. Come on, get up there. Rope bridges are in. I've also got it so I've got a Box 2D extension. No, it's not an extension. It's a component which basically you can define the start and end point, and the game code will sample the terrain map and add that to a Box 2D edge collision primitive. So I can basically drive on the terrain map now, which is really nice. And you can select the resolution you want that to happen in, and I'm probably going to do something where it'll sample it and increase the resolution of the lines if the curvature's tight, and then on big flat areas just reduce the number of collision lines there. This is an optimization, but that's kind of working nice. So that's, you can see that. Let me show you some of the editor stuff I've done then. So if I go to this end test, okay, there we are. So there's that level that I was just flying over there. Bosh. So if I highlight the rope bridge, so this rope bridge, yes, the rope bridge. So this rope bridge, there's this component. It's all done dynamically at runtime, but when you want to actually edit the bits, you basically got a left and a right. You can move them around, tag them wherever you want, and then in the actual component for the rope bridge itself, you can set the two locators, which I've done there. You can drop a prefab in for the actual 3D mesh that gets generated. You've got a number of planks, so you can change that all on the fly. Physics material, collision category, you can then also set the size and depth of it. So if I wanted, say, a chunky one like that, but thin, I would have more planks, and then I could just tag that, so I'll have that there, I'll have that there. Now this is going to mess up a little bit because each plank there is going to have the old plank instance dropped in it, model. But sure, there you go. So that's the actual scene there to build the bridge. It's a bit slacker now because there's more planks. But if I drive down to it, oh yeah, so that's quite nice. I'm quite enjoying the modifying the editor to put little custom widgets that you do quite funky stuff, and really speeds up production now. If you want a rope bridge, you can drop it in, set some parameters, set the model you want to use, and bosh, it's in. You know, it's very quick. And the fact you can fine tune it and preview it all in the scene editor is just ace. There's very quick turnaround. So that's that. Let me just turn this back to what it was. 1024. What was that? That was 1.5, wasn't it? And that was not 0.5. That looks about right. So I then go on to the. So my terrain now has this terrain floor component, which is my little thing. Which so you basically give it a couple of locators for the where you want the generation to begin and end. Basically, I've got it there. So there it is. You can see the green line, which gives you a preview of what collision it's actually going to generate. So you think, right, where that block finishes, I'll blob that there. I'll do it to the start of this block, and on this you can set the resolution, so you can have it quite coarse or bonk. There you go. So it's all very nice. 0.5. I'm probably going to beef this up and put some tick boxes for auto optimization and stuff. Yeah, so that's that. That's and that big yellow bezier that you see, that's the camera path. So you can just define the camera path, and it'll basically interpolate across there in proportion with as the vehicle goes across the level. So that's quite nice. Terrain, right? Yeah, it's something. What else have I done? I've been using Unity in Windows a bit, and I was struggling to find a decent Windows Git client, nice GUI one. But Atlassian do one which is cross-platform called Source Tree, and it's really nice. It's free. It gives you a nice view of what you've changed, and the history of your stuff. So it seems really nice. So I'm probably going to stick with that one. I'm favouring it above Tower, which is what I previously used on Mac. So that's good. And I suppose the other news this week is that 2K Drive, which is the game that I've been spending a lot of time contracting on, is out today, apparently. It's not yet on the. That'll be the one. Oh, my screen resolution's all goobered here. Announcement trailer. So yeah, it's where do I find the? So I think what I'll do, I'll play the trailer for the launch trailer, and that'll be launch trailer, 6 hours, and I'll finish on this one then. So see you again.